Good afternoon, folks. This is Darth Rabbit 07. Come today with another quick little revisit to a couple of figures that I've got in my repertoire, and a hat tip and nod to Powermaster Optimus Prime, also known as Genrai, inside of the Masterforce series. The Hasbro team and the Takara team had two releases, I want to say, within the Titan Returns line that I have both or whatnot. I just wanted to show off both in vehicle mode and then go back into robot mode and show that off. And then the second one is the Magnus Prime. That was a BBTS exclusive, and I've got PC kits 15 and 16 because 18 was the God Bomber armor, but I'm not going to get into that far. We're just going to go back over what I've seen in episodes 13 and 14, where Genrai found his trailer and then finally combined to become Super Genrai. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again for joining me on this journey, and thanks for watching this video in particular. Let's take a look at this newly invigorated, love interest, thanks to a certain Metal Hawk figure, which is right here. And no special thanks to Hasbro, getting that out to the North American shops, especially like CMD store and the stuff in Canada. Got a hold of this guy in the mail on Friday, and I've been watching Masterforce ever since. And I gotta say, guys, this thing is really awesome if you can get a hold of it good and cool. But the reason why I'm filming today is not because of this guy, but because of this guy. For those of you that have seen Masterforce or Powermaster or know anything about this guy, this is the Powermaster Titan's Return offering from Hasbro. Has a little bit of wear right here because I was in between homes, and a little bit of wear there. It was sliding around in the back of a truck during a move, and so now it's got a little damage. This is the back of it. It's pretty much the Combiners Wars Ultra Magnus redone to be Powermaster Optimus Prime, and this cab is pretty crazy. It doesn't disconnect from it like other traditional Powermaster Optimus Primes. It has its pivot abilities. It's nicely painted, and like it's a different deco altogether than what Ultra Magnus was. And the only thing that's really lacking looking at this between the other one and this is these rims are not painted whatsoever. There's the feet sitting out. I wish these actually articulated when we get into his powered up mode, which is this trailer and this all together. Like I said, it's definitely connected. You can take this out and you can connect and reconnect it, but I like to keep this one together because I did that with the other cab, and it's the other cab for the Magnus Prime is downstairs somewhere, but I actually have the other. Anyway, when we get to that Magnus Prime, I got the other Titan Return Master put up because I've got the upgrade kits for it. But that's about going to do it for this. And this is a top-down view of how you can do it. You got some ports that you can do the different weapons configurations, but this is my Hasbro standard flare there. And let's get onto the turntable right next to this and look at the BBTS exclusive offering in 3, 2, 1, and right off bat, the BBTS offering has been upgraded with PCs 15 and 16. 16 is the cab that is totally removable. This was latched on just like this one, and you can immediately see the differences in the color and whatnot. This is PC 15. It's actually the Genrai that's very nicely painted, very nicely articulated, has some ball joints there, has its own unique transformation to go into the powered up mode, or I think they say God up, if I got it right after watching all those episodes. So when he gods up, he transforms over into his engine block, and I don't want to do that on camera because he is kind of like, I don't want to break him or anything. Very nice upgrade kit if you haven't got it. PC 15 and PC 16 here. And as you can say, I told you, you got this guy that I can separate, and this cab is a nicely done homage to what this is, but it's totally like transformable. It's got all the bits there, whatnot. The rims are slightly different, but they're painted, and that's the other thing I was wanting to go over real quick. Like I was saying, these are not painted versus this is very nicely painted. You can see that throughout, and that's on both sides. You got more added paint detail. I think this is overall nicely done, better than the other one. And where the feet stick out on the back end of this one doesn't have the feet sticking out because they adopted the Takara version of this mold, and stuff folds up way more clean on the bottom of this. So you got this ready to go. And if you also got the United version's armor, this is the actual, even though this was released by Hasbro, this is the actual unit that will interact with that piece. Pretty awesome. Pretty cool stuff. And then I think that you can still open up this back end here, and if you desired, you can store some smaller figures in it, but I really wouldn't do that there. And then this will also open up right here, and I just having trouble because it's tabbed. And let you see, boom, you can see the kit upgrade there sticking up, and then this one will actually accommodate the smaller figures from that time in year, the Titans Returns, if you so desired. This is not an Ultra Magnus, but it's a nice take from both Hasbro and Takara on how to do that. But the upgrade kits really make this guy sing. Of particular note about the engineering, and they added a couple more paint details here. Wish that they could have added some paint to make it look like tail lights and that kind of thing, because in episode 13 of Masterforce, Jinrai didn't have his trailer. He was running around like this, literally. I mean, he was literally running around like this, and he was, you know, God on or whatever, or, you know, he would do Masterforce crisscross and then get this on, and then he would God on. And that's the other cool thing about the front end of this thing. You can get that to do that. You have this little front section that swivels around here that you can add the PC-15 back to PC-16 and make them all powered up. From this, he folds up like this on this side. Looks like an engine unit, just like that, and power mastered up, or, you know, Godmaster mode, and attaches beautifully to this right here all together. Let's get him back with the trailer. The difference from the G1 version is this is not needed to be plugged in to actually transform it. This has its own transformation. And speaking of transformation, we're going to get this guy into base mode, and I might get this guy into base mode just to kind of show them off to back, but this guy will be in robot mode. This guy is part of the base mode. Thanks again for watching. And here's where I feel both the Powermaster Optimus Prime and the Magnus Prime base modes fail. This is something that you see in the opening credits of Masterforce with the trains that are the MP going flying by about this angle, then they're flying by, and here's the base floating along in space. And I just haven't got that far yet in the series, but inside of this guy right here is, I'm going to open this up, is where Apex, the Titans Return figure, can sit there on the head, and boom, there's Apex in all his glory, unpainted. A couple of different, you know, red and blue pieces there to make up the inner head of Apex for whenever you get him into the other powered up mode, and he will fit nicely like right here on the base. So you got Apex in there, or you can opt to get the Magnus Prime and get the PC-16 kit and have an actual working Jinrai Prime that is really freaking amazing and awesome. So that's my stand-in there. Now his Titans Return figure, if I'm not mistaken, is with the God Bomber armor, the Apex armor. So that's in another video review, but I just want to concentrate on the core unit of Jinrai, all powered up with the PC-15 Jinrai Prime right there in his back. It's not necessary to do the transformation, it has its own transformation. These are actually the only thing that's wrong with it. It should be back behind here. So like Hasbro has a chance to still catch what PC-16 failed to do and getting this stuff in the right spot with all the articulation and whatnot. And this thing has got mega crazy articulation. Like it's got the elbows there, you can go all the way around right there, you can go up to there. I added some Autobot symbols just to kind of give it the authenticity. These do have spirit hands that you can detach, but that being the case, you got your wrist swivels. So I mean, it managed to get all that stuff, even incorporate an interchange and hand unit. The shoulders and the arms are the weak point. The head can look up this far, and that's really cool. It can go all the way around on 360 on that ball there. They managed to get all the articulation there and give it an ab crunch, which is beyond flipping awesome. I also got the core Ultra Magnus for the Combiner Wars to make it more in line with this and having the cab that separates true to its G1 self. You can kick up that far, you can go back that far. It's got upper thigh swivel, it can get that much to the knee. they packed in a lot of stuff, and even though it's kind of a cheat, you still got ankle tiltage to a degree. So this thing has got really cool articulation. You can get this guy to pose just like he owns it. And the only thing that's a little goofy is that right there. But that is that. And, you know, I am really digging this Masterforce stuff, hoping that we do get an update of this stuff that's from the Titans Return era, because they had the failing parts, and we'll get it into robot mode in 3, 2, 1, and to finish it off, there's the Apex getting ready to jump in there as a Headmaster versus a Godmaster. Powered up, and you can also take the mask and flip it across and still use the same set of eyes, which is its coolest feature for the Powermaster Optimus Prime. And then this just folds up over to simulate the Genrai powered up God mode there. And this thing only clips in, but it doesn't have the good hands like the other one does. So pluses and minuses. And I want to say the original Genrai toy had the red eyes, but I'm good with the blue eyes. So let's get this guy on around here and look at this shell here. Now you had to do some surgery to this guy and pop this off, and then do this extra bits and pieces that actually come up here and actually integrate in and help form. You'll see the illusion here in a second as we get this guy transformed into, you got to get him transformed in this correct configuration, and then you got to reveal the head, and you got to tab this into that loose trailer port in the back right there. So that's a connecting point. And actually, if you got it configured right, it goes into this for that trailer point, not that. That's for the trailer, that's for in combined mode for Super Genrai. And once you get this settled into place, this folds up over it, forming the rest of the look for Genrai. And once it's all folded up and together, you have that silhouette there of Genrai, Super Genrai in his robot mode. And this is the other weak point of contention here, is these little stabilizers on the back want to fold in and fold up, and these don't really want to stay latched. So they both have their strengths, the weaknesses, but the thing that I absolutely adore is the ability to light up the eyes, which I don't think you can see because I got the flash on, or the battery is totally dead and gone now. Yeah, the battery's totally dead and gone now. So it did have a light up feature in the back of the head there, and a little button right there in the back. You just press it and boom, it came on, lit it up, and I think I might have left it on. Daggone. Oh well. Let's get this back on the turntable. And let you see both these Titans Return offerings. There's the PC 15 and 16 and his Genrai mode, and the legs are different from the legs over here. This is more like Combiners Wars. This one feels cheaper. This one's got definitely more of a premium finish, and the upgrade kits added to it. Don't like how the smokestacks were just barely coming through there, but I mean, they did a good job, I guess, with the toy safety standards and what have you of the time. This one does not have articulated wrists. This one does have articulated wrist. It has a better paint job and better plastic quality, except for the legs not tabbing together there. And like the smokestack sticking up like they do on that one better. And that's about going to do it. So this is my Masterforce offering so far from retail and or from the Power Primes Titans Returns lines, except for these guys right here. I thought I had an Iguanus like this, but I guess I didn't. I got Skull Grin updated, and I got the Power of the Primes. I got Bomb Burst updated and his Power of the Primes. Gilmer, I can't remember what his English name is. I'll plug it in later. I want to say Diver and Lander, and I might have that backwards, but I don't even have Phoenix there, or that might be Phoenix. I just don't know. Just started watching it this past bit here, and I'm just knocking things over. And this guy is what helped spawn all this off here. And I say this guy is a win versus the Hasbro offering, Hasbro Takara. And I wish that they could stop fighting and just make, you know, the best figures ever. Stop losing people to third parties and give it the articulation and the configurations it needs. This should latch better together. This actually does latch better than the Takara does. This is kind of loose like right here. But with the kits, I really do like the way this does. And I will do a God Bomber one later after I knock this thing off its little thing. Hope you enjoyed this. I just was playing around. Got in the Masterforce thanks to that Metal Hawk release. And doggone it, Hasbro. If you're going to do this stuff, do it and do it right. And give us everybody. With all that said and done, subscribe, like, share, all the good things. Thanks again to those that have done so. Have an excellent week out there till all are one. See you next video.